Hi friends, my name is Srinivas Reddy. I am from Excel Map. Friends, in this video, we'll discuss about how to download and install Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Now, we'll see step by step. Friends, first go to the Google and type Microsoft SQL Server download. Now there are many links. In that, select this first link, SQL Server Downloads Microsoft. Just click on this. It shows many software applications like these two belongs to cloud, SQL Server 2019 on-premises, SQL Server 2019 on Azure. Now we'll select this software because we'll use for developer purpose. That's why just download the software from the developer. There are two things, developer and express. Go to the developer and just click on download. Click on save button. Now the software was downloaded. Here see SQL 2019. So the software was downloaded and we'll install this software now. Just double click on this software. Yes. Friends, now we are installing SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition. In that, again, there are three things. Basic installation, custom installation, download media. We'll select custom. Click on install. Now, we'll get this window, SQL Server Installation Center. In that, go to the installation. Select this first option, New SQL Server Standalone Installation. So in this, I'm selecting Specify a Free Edition. Again, in that also, select the developer. Next, click on Next. Accept the license agreement. Next. Again, click on Next. Here, it takes some time to install this SQL Server 2019. First, we're installing the SQL Server 2019 software. After that, we need to install SQL Server Management Studio also. This is the software. In the SQL Server Management Studio, we'll write the queries. Now, click on Next. So, in that, there are many features over there. We'll select only Database Engine Services. Again, click on Next. There is a default instance. Select named instance. In that I'm giving like Excel map. See that instant ID also Excel map. Click on Next. Again click on Next. Now there is authentication modes, two, Windows authentication mode and mixed mode. So Windows authentication mode is the default one. It won't ask any kind of passwords, and in the mixed mode will access SQL Server authentication as well as Windows authentication also. So here it is asking the password. Friends, one thing you need to remember, because I got many queries while installing the software, they are unable to log in after installation. See, there is an administrator SA by default. So while logging into the SQL Server authentication, compulsory, we need to give the name SA and password your wish. Any password you can give. I'm giving one password and confirmation password, same password we need to give, and click on add current user. Next, see, after creating the user, click on Next. We did everything for installation. Now just click on the install. Now the SQL Server 2019 software is installing in our system. So it takes some time for installation. Friends, while installing the software, don't do any kind of activities. Now, the SQL Server 2019 software installation was successfully completed. Locate there, we got the message. Your SQL Server 2019 installation completed successfully with product updates and install successful. So we completed the installation of SQL Server. Close this. Now we need to install SQL Server Management Studio. Once after completion of the SQL Server 2019, we need to install SQL Server Management Studio. Because that SQL Server is the software and we need to write the queries inside the SQL Server Management Studio. Now select this third option, install SQL Server Management Tools. By default it will connect to the Microsoft website. So in this, say download SQL Server Management Studio SSMS. Just come down. See, there is a link. Click on this download SQL Server Management Studio SSMS. Click on this link. It is asking to save the setup. Just click on save. Now that SQL Server Management Studio was downloaded successfully. This is the software SSMS. Just double click on this. Yes. Now click on install. So this software also takes some time for installation because it will load all the libraries into the software. We need to install these two softwares. One is the SQL Server 2019. After that, SQL Server Management Studio also. In this SQL Server Management Studio only will write the queries like database creation, table creation, insertion, deletion, update. All the queries will write in this SQL Server Management Studio after connecting with the SQL Server. See here, setup completed. This Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio also installed successfully. Now click on close. Close this window also. Go to the search, type SQL Server Management Studio. Friends, if it is a first time, it takes some extra time to open the application. Now it is asking to connect with the SQL Server from SQL Server Management Studio. So by default it was selected. Just go to there. If you want, you can choose browse for more. Database engine. In this just select Excel map instance. Now authentication. So by default it is Windows authentication, but I want SQL Server authentication. See, already we discussed the login name is SA by default. While installing the software only we discussed about this. And give the password. Click on connect. Now it is connecting with the SQL Server from SQL Server Management Studio. Locate there. We got all the databases, security, server objects, everything got installed. Now if you want to write any kind of queries, click on new query. Friends, in this window we need to write all the queries related to the database, tables like DDL, DML, TCL, all commands, queries and joins, everything. Will write the queries for any concept in the SQL Server. Here itself only will write, and after writing the query you can say execute. So we'll get the output window. Thank you friends. This is the process to download and install Microsoft SQL Server 2019 along with Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio.